Here, I'm going to take you through a series of core exercises that target every part of the core. So we've reviewed on this channel before that your core really is like a cylinder, like a can of soup, and has components that go all the way from the front and wrap around to the back, top and bottom. So I'm going to show you a couple exercises here. Let's start with the diaphragm. Diaphragmatic breathing is a great way to train your diaphragm to be your primary breathing muscle instead of relying on these accessory breathing muscles located in the neck that tend to lead to very shallow breath. So you're going to lie on your back. We're going to have one hand on your chest, one hand on your belly. You're going to take in a deep breath through the nose, drawing your breath into the hand that's on your belly. So you're looking for that feedback, that tactile feedback of having that hand rise and having the hand on your chest stay relatively still. So the hand that's on my belly should be moving more than the hand that's on my chest with each breath. Next, we're going to go into these deep core muscles here, your transverse abdominis. So all we're going to do is a little abdominal march here. So we're going to start in this tabletop position and then do a toe tap. Being sure not to let the low back arch, really trying to stay engaged through those deep core muscles to stabilize the spine as you move through this motion. Next is going to be the oblique muscles. Those are on the side of the core. So we can do a side plank. A lot of different variations here for a side plank. Let's start with something nice and simple. We're going to go from our elbow and from our knee. When you lift, I want you to lift with this side that's closest to the mat. I don't want you to feel like your shoulders doing all of the work or like your hips are doing all the work or like your back is doing all the work. It really should feel kind of wrapping around this side of your core. So you'll do that on both sides. Next one is going to be the low back muscles. So this exercise is called the bird dog. It certainly targets more than just the low back. It does kind of get that all-encompassing challenge to the core, but this one you should feel a little bit more in the back. So you're going to be nice and stable, reaching out with your opposite arm and leg, alternating, trying to keep your back as flat as possible. You'll really feel that start to engage the abdominals and the obliques on the front and on the side. And then also using these low back muscles to help stabilize. Finally, the pelvic floor. So a lot of different things that you can do here. This is just going to be a very simple exercise. We're going to do a Kegel. So you want to imagine your pelvic floor muscles that sit here in this cavity, and you want to just draw them up slightly. So you're not going to see a whole lot happening here, but you just want to imagine that there's a string attached to that bowl-like pelvic floor. And if somebody was pulling up on the string, that would draw the muscles up and kind of just tighten and contract them and then fully relax them. You'll want to start this in this hook lying position here on your back with your knees bent so that you feel nice and relaxed. And then you can try moving towards a sitting posture and then finally a standing posture, and that will kind of get gravity into the work here too. So that was kind of a speed round of a bunch of different core exercises. There are progressions that you can take to make these exercises more challenging or easier depending on what you need. So feel free to reach out if you need any ideas or modifications, or if you have any questions or comments.